A rural community in Washington County is recovering this morning after being hit by an EF2 tornado just about 24 hours ago. One person is dead and 14 others are injured.
Those frightening moments, they happened around this time yesterday morning. Wind speeds reached up to 115 miles per hour, destroying 2 homes and damaging several others.
This morning, we are joined by Sheriff Jerry Pinkston with the Washington County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff, we appreciate you being here with us this morning. I'd like to start off with you talking about yesterday morning. Can you walk us through when you had heard that a tornado was possible and what happened the moments after you heard it had touched down?
Yes, ma'am. I actually only live about 2 miles from the area, and when my dispatch reached out and I seen the weather was getting bad here at my house, they told me what was going on there. So I got my patrol car and headed that way, and the Long Run Road is a through road. I went in the one end off of Highway 150 and got close to the area, and a lot of trees down, and wasn't able to go forward. Still raining very hard. I turned around and went around a few miles out of my way to come in the backside of that very road, and was met by more trees down. So at that point, I left my car in the road and went on foot for about a half a mile to the house where I was told, the house had been destroyed. I had already stopped at another house, and the family there was okay. And so he told me to, I need to check on that one. So that's when I went to there. After I walked in, I got to the house, and it was completely gone, debris everywhere. I went to hollering out for anyone that could hear me, and I heard a faint voice down in the woods. I went running back a different direction, and I went a little bit too far, and I kept hollering, and finally I was able to hone in on where the voice was coming from. And when I approached, I know the lady, and I had met the gentleman 2 other times last week, so I knew kind of who he was. And he was deceased on the ground, obvious for me to see, and she had been injured badly in her face, and of course I could tell other parts of her body had damage, and she was conscious but barely able to talk. I told her my name, and she knew me personally, so she was able to answer me back that she knew who I was, and she was asking for help and pleading for help. And my dispatch was obviously everyone was trying to cut their way in with chainsaws. Our county road department, other individuals in the area, state road department, everybody was there trying to get the trees out of the way to get emergency vehicles back in that area. But eventually they got in there and was able to get her some help. And of course, just across the other hillside there, one of my deputies had went to that home where an Amish family was at, and there was a missing 3-year-old over there. They were able to find that child and then get the ambulances in that area too to get those people, removed and on their way to the hospital. But during that time over here where the other lady was, there were 4 adults in that house, and I guess when the storm hit, she thought the other 2 people were there, and she told me that there was 2 other people, another female and another male. The search team, volunteers, other police from other agencies, just tons and tons of people had showed up, and we couldn't find anyone. But we later found that the 2 people was in the house, but they fled in their pickup truck trying to, I guess, outrun the thing. And they got out of our area into the next county. We're close to the county line, and ended up having a vehicle wreck themselves, trying to drive themselves to the hospital. But they were found by the Boyle County Sheriff's Department and was able to get them to the hospital as well.
Well, Sheriff, just hearing your account, you saw all this firsthand. We're getting a look at the damage on our screens right now. It's just heartbreaking. And when you describe knowing those people that you encountered, I mean, How are you feeling, and what was going through your mind in those moments?
Well, it's actually emotional to any first responder when you come up on, a scene like that with, bad injury or death. But it's a little bit more when, you actually know the people. And I've known the lady for probably 20 years, and I only met him 2 times. But he seemed like a really nice guy, and I'd done a motorcycle inspection for him 2 different occasions, and we talked for a good bit both times. So I recognized him when I saw him.
Well, Sheriff, our hearts go out to you, your experience, of course, your community, the neighbors, everybody in that area. We saw people yesterday already starting to come out there and begin work. What is the recovery process looked like so far? What are we expecting to happen today?
Well, today, no one has reached out to me as of yet to help decide anything. Yesterday, we had volunteers from everywhere, and of course, the state police was there. The lieutenant, our post here lives less than a half a mile from the area, so he was able to get a lot of his people in the area to help patrol it and keep the looters and things like that down. Which it's most of the houses in there have people still at them, and this family here has family close by. But it's only the one house that's basically unattended. But state police and my deputies and of course the neighbors, we kind of all kept eye on it throughout the night, and it will be today as well. We're not going to tolerate anyone coming in thinking they're going to just pick up things off the ground and take it. They're just not going to do that.
Absolutely.
If we can, if this had happened in a community where a lot more homes are at, I'm sure the devastation would have been a lot worse. But it was in an area where a lot of homes, wasn't very many homes.
Yeah.
But still, we know one person was killed and 14 people were injured. Are you able to tell us the conditions of any of those people? I mean, 14 people.
Yeah.
How are they doing this morning?
Well, from what I gathered last night, everyone, is going to be okay. The one lady, got more physical damage than anyone else, but the report I had that the 1 3-year-old that was missing is still in the hospital. There were 3 people taken from the local hospitals to UK, in which one of them would be the man that fled in the pickup truck, and of course the little child, and then the lady, of course, that we were discussing that I had found. They were all transported to UK, and I haven't got any reports as of today.
All right, Sheriff, well, thank you so much for your time this morning. It's good to hear that it sounds like most of the people who were injured do not have life-threatening injuries.
Just hearing his account, though, my goodness.
Yeah, chills that we have listening to you, Sheriff. Again, thank you so much this morning. We're so appreciative of your time. That was the Washington County Sheriff, Jerry Pinkston.